You guys, it's Mary.
And Emma.
We invite you to like,
Share
subscribe,
and comment
down below, y'all. Today we are going to be talking about why a woman should not be in the business of building up a man. I saw this Facebook tweet. No, I saw this tweet, and I just want to talk about it. This man, his name's TJ Lambert, looks like a black man. He says the best thing a man could do when he finally established himself in his career, confidence, and bank account is if you had a girl, get rid of her and get a new one. She will always see the bum in you. A new girl will treat you as the man as you are, not the man you once was. More than likely, you can get the woman of your dreams at this point. After you have stepped on her neck.
How many times have we said this?
But I saw a man
video?
say it and I was like...
But we have been saying that because the woman who was with him as he built up has the memory of him. Yeah. And he wants to be her knight in shining armor. Yeah. It is innate in a man to want to provide, protect for a woman. That is innate. That's how he is born. Yeah. When you go and you decide to mammy him, what happens is you put him out of balance. Yeah. You abort his process to being a man. Yeah. And he resents you for it. So when he gets there, that resentment is there. And he dumps you like a bad habit. He has zero gratitude for you. In fact, he feels that if not for you, he would have attained this quicker. But because you married him, that's what happens. And so he can't wait to get rid of you. And then you're left crying, heartbroken, wondering where you got wrong, and bitter for the next relationship that you have that will end the same way.
But that's so true. That is so true. Because I feel like with men, they do want to be seen as a knight in shining armor. Mm-hmm. They want to feel like a protector. They want to feel like a woman can rely and depend on him. When he has a woman who has actually helped build him from the ground up, that woman will always feel like, well, I had to help you do this. I had to help you do that, whatever. And he's going to feel like, well, I'm really not shit without this woman, right? Yeah. So he is going to feel like, okay, well, you know, he feels less than. He feels less than because I didn't get here without you, right? And then he also knows that you know that. So he feels like you're going to treat him like that for the rest of the relationship versus me going with a woman who doesn't have the memory of me being on my mama couch with $2 a pop a week. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they do that. But to have a man say it, the men are just talking. They're just self-snitching these days. Like, and I'm loving it because I'm like, I'm justified.
They have been self-snitching.
They say Andrew
as
Tate
women
have not been listening.
The man is saying something we saw that in what's that show? Put a Ring on It. Mm-hmm. The women stayed talking. The men were telling the truth. Yeah. And as soon as the man is telling his truth, she jump in and take over the conversation. And you see the man lean back, drinking a little drink as he watching her. Yeah. We've not been listening. And we need to learn to be quiet.
Silence is your best friend.
It's your best friend. Open your ears and listen and watch him while he is speaking so that you can ascertain what he is completely saying, verbally and non-verbally.
Yeah, for sure.
We got to become more observant and quiet as women. We got to. It's a skill that we must learn.
We must master.
You know? And the thing is, most of the time, women, they rarely will call a man out and say, I made you. Because the woman, what she longs for is for you to get to where you need to get to so that she can chill and live her soft life. So she's not going to remind you of that. But because the woman has been a witness, the man just resents that. You've been a witness to my weakness. Yeah. Which a man doesn't want a woman to see because innately he wants to be the one, like you said, that she can rely on. Yeah. You know? So a woman does herself a disservice when she goes out there having these conversations like, Oh, as long as the man got a plan, I don't mind being with him. You know, as long as he has a plan,
there's no
he has a
temporary
potential. We can. So that's why when Iyanla was saying that whole thing, okay, Iyanla, you go marry the bus driver. You go do all of that. But you know something, Iyanla, you've been around all this time. I don't see none of them checking for you.
Well, you know,
where is
also,
they at? Where are they at?
I don't see her in any happy, healthy, long-lasting relationship either. So as far as I'm concerned, I can ask her for relationship advice.
Even Iyanla is not listening.
My thing is, I think she comes from that black male worship, mamming era where we build a man up. Like you, all your degrees are going to go date a bus driver. For what? A fling? For what? Like, I don't understand. Like, even if he does make six figures, that's fine. But I feel like you need to have a man, one, who has an education, two, who also is very wise.
Yeah.
And then also, there's certain things that Iyanla has to be on the same level with a certain man.
But also, with Iyanla, she's a different age.
Well, she's a different generation.
Not in that sense, but she is older. Mm-hmm. When you become older, and probably she will be with a guy who is her age or older, the priorities change. You've already had your families. They're already doing their own thing. They're okay. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to start your life. You're not trying to have children, which are very expensive.
Would you get with a man who was a bus driver? As is, you, and Gotti Almatere. Would you do that now?
You know, I actually don't know.
Why are you lying?
Because remember I was telling you that when I was first going to come to Africa, where was I going to go? I was going to go straight to the Maasai village and get with some Maasai chief's son or some Maasai chief, but I was going to stay in the village.
She stopped me from being with my soulmate, who was a Maasai man. So I don't think that was really going to happen.
You barely said anything to that guy.
First of all, I was going to learn the language and everything. I was ready to stop all my dreams and be a Maasai wife.
I think it's just different when you get older. Your priorities are different.
That's not the conversation
and
we've been
so having. I'm not. No. For someone who is young, I will not tell you to go do that. I wouldn't. It's too expensive to raise a family. Priorities are different. Like, if you're educated, like, just don't do that. It's too much work.
But then you say you want somebody who would take care of you, though?
At this age, listen, I know a lady who got with someone who was from a different country, and he came with her in America. He doesn't work here. He used to work where he was in Germany, but he doesn't work here. She's the one who works. She met him when she was 60 years old. She had not been with anyone since she was in her 30s, and met him when she was 60. He came here, but this is a guy who he holds down the house for her when she goes out. So when he came, she had already paid off her own home. Her children are already raised. All of them are out of the house. She lives there by herself. So the man comes, when she goes to work, he makes sure her uniform is ironed. He has dinner when she comes home. He has her breakfast, fixes her lunch, like makes sure her car is good, like takes care of her. You know what I'm saying? And yes, he stays at her house. So monetarily, he's not bringing anything to the table. But she's at a different phase of her life. At this point, she just wants companion. We're going to read the papers together and stuff like that. So he brought whatever pension he got or from Germany, brought that with him. But he's not, I wouldn't say he's adding. The house that he's in, it doesn't belong to him. It's hers. But they've been together now for 10 years. They have a good relationship. She's at a different phase of her life. It's different. I will never advise any young girl to go find somebody where she got the house and he's coming in and he's in his 20s or 30s. You know why? Because that guy is young enough to get his shit together, stand on her neck the entire time, and he's going to feel inadequate. Because at 30, you should not have shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, but let me just say this.
It's just different, I feel.
Why do we tell young girls that, though? Like, let's just be honest. Why do we tell young girls that? We tell them that, they should get with somebody who, one, is a provider, a protector, all these things, right? You tell them this, one, for family legacy, two, so you're not struggling in your old age, and then three, you have somebody who allows you to thrive in your femininity.
Right.
You cannot sit down here and tell me that in your old age, you want to have to be still working, bring somebody in just for some companionship and some loving, but you still gotta go out there and work, and you still have to be struggling because you have somebody who is, but you have somebody who is in their 50s and ain't got nothing. No, that don't make sense because you're not thriving. You can't enjoy your twilight years doing that.
Well, the thing is, she is actually retired now, so she retired.
I'm talking about women in general, not this person.
But I'm talking about. So I'm just talking about a phase of your life. Like Iyanla is in her 60s. If I understand, I think she's in her 60s. So when I talk about this friend of mine, like now she's 70 now. She retired 3 years ago, right? Retired, so now she gets her little pension or whatever it is she was getting from that job. She already owns her own home. So now they're together. It's a companionship kind of thing. I will never advise any young woman to go do that.
I wouldn't advise any older woman to go do that either. I wouldn't, because my thing is, when you're older, why do you want to be struggling and have some broke man in your house just so that you can? No, I'm not talking about this woman no more. I have to put her to the side. I'm talking about for older women who want to thrive and be happy. Why do you have to be working and struggling in your older age just to have some companionship and get some sex every once in a while? That don't make no sense to me, to be doing that in your 50s or 60s. This woman, I'm not even thinking about her. I'm talking about women in general.
For me personally, I understand what Iyanla was saying, but for me personally, I wouldn't.
Thank you. That's all I wanted you to say. That's all I wanted you to say.
But then at the same time, too, I'm 52. Iyanla is older than me. So when we are talking to young women and women who are like in their 30s, in their 40s, in their 50s, it's a different time than you who you're in your 60s. You can't compare the two. So it's like when she was talking to Ebony and asking her, will you date a bus driver? And then you say, I will date a bus driver. Iyanla, you are at a totally different time of your life.
Right.
What you require from a man is totally different than what a 40-year-old woman who's never been married requires. It's a totally different thing. You cannot compare the two. You guys are two different generations, like 2 generations removed from each other. So you can't compare it. So that's what I am saying. It's almost like was a competition.
Yeah.
You can't be in competition. I can't go and be in competition with people who are in their 20s and say, well, you will do this, but I will do this. I'm in a different time of my life than they are. So we have to give like advice, proper advice to younger women, like that's based on wisdom and not just foolery. Like we got to give proper, and not based on where we are in our lives.
But back to the topic of the thing though, would an older woman, would you advise an older woman to go and build up a man in his 50s? Like, say you have your house.
No,
okay.
You're not to like this. This is the guy who came. She's not building him with anybody, right?
You gotta put your friend to the side because I ain't even thought.
So yeah, I will never advise any woman any age to build up a man. I'm sorry, it's too much work. And even if I have gotten everything straight in my life, right? Yeah, like say like I am Iyanla. I've gotten all my shit straight, right? I got my own house, I got my own money, I got all my things.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Why the hell am I still going to even help this man to build up? Because you know why? It still relates to what we said. If you build up any man, regardless what age he is. So say Iyanla is in her 60, she's 60 and the man is 60.
Because she was talking about building up the man,
yes,
that's what I was talking about.
Yes, you build up the man. He's 60.
Everything is
you build him up. By the time he's 65, see, now he's a millionaire. He never had shit before, but now he's a millionaire.
He will get a 20, 30-year-old.
That's exactly what he's going to do.
You see Robert De Niro and Al Pacino, they just had kids. Robert De Niro just had a child at 70. He just had one. And then Al Pacino just had one, 3 months ago.
Something-year-old, right? I saw that with Al Pacino.
Even Chelsea Handler came out there saying these old horny men need to stop spreading their seed. saw that.
They're degenerates.
So that's why you should not build a man up. Because the thing is,
it doesn't matter what age.
That's what I was trying to give. I was like, Mom, we've had conversation. You told me that you want to be with a man who has money.
I don't want to build any man up.
And it seemed like you were trying to say that you go date the bus driver. I was like, this ain't no way in hell. Is my mom been telling me. It's like what you saying on this YouTube.
No. I'm not building any man up.
Oh, because that was the point of it.
I'm not building any man up, and I don't advise any woman at any age to build a man up. Because let me tell you, you can have a broken heart, even
at
if you're 80. You can get a broken heart, and it's worst when you're older and you know better. Yeah, and then you get a broken heart. Yeah, because you have this oldie person here who you thought was going to be here for the long haul. If you will just help build him up. All these years he didn't do shit for himself. Now you come build him up. He's like, oh, damn, I had my opportunity. You know what he's going to do? He's going to step on your wrinkly neck. And when he got what he got to get, he will still go get the woman of his dreams.
But the thing is, even Ayala would not be satisfied with the bus driver. You know why? Because she talked about how she was going to build him up, and we could bring stuff together, and all this. So even she wasn't satisfied with that. But she sounded confused.
And we talked about that. We did, but no, absolutely not. You don't build. You don't build any man up at any age. That was your.
That was my point. Cause I know my mama did not sit there. I know my mom
misread the question. I misread.
Because I was like, my mom has never told me that she wanted to date no bus driver and bring somebody into the house. I'm like,
and if I decide at my age to date someone who does not have a whole bunch of money, like the Maasai guy that I was talking about,
you go to the village.
I am willing to go. I'm not willing to really do that. I was just talking out of the left side of my cheek before I came to the country. But, but if that's the case, then you should be willing to go stay in his village, live in the home that he has, whether you're sleeping on the floor or not. If that's how he can provide for you, then be willing to do that so that he continues to feel like a man that he's providing for you. Don't be there complaining. Right. Because you're the one who wanted him.
Hello.
But let him provide for you and you be willing to be in there. If not, you can't live that life, which I know I can't. At this age, I can't go sleeping on no floor. And that's why the whole thing went out the door. Yeah. And it's not that all Maasais are sleeping on the floor. That's not what I'm saying. Because let me tell you, the only way I know about Maasai is from some YouTube videos and maybe some books I've read. So... I don't know. So I don't want to be ignorant here, talking as if all Maasai people are sleep on the floor. That's not the case. But no, do not build up any man. Yeah. At all. No.
But that is all for this video, you guys.
I'm sorry. I was confused. It's the age, you all. I'm 52 years old now. It's the age. I totally misread. I misunderstood the question. What you were saying.
I'm like, why is she still focused on this woman? I'm talking about her individually. Yeah. But I mean, we got there though. We went around, but we got back to the destination. Yes. And that's what matters here.
Do not build up no man.
No matter what age.
Because when he's done, he will leave you, and he will find
the woman of his dreams.
Woman of his dreams.
Like T.J. Lambert said,
it doesn't matter how old he is. Yeah, he will. All of a sudden, this guy that came to you, his back was hurting, had all these health problems. His teeth was all crooked. You went and got him veneers and all this stuff, and he feel like, he's looking good. You bought him a sports car. He never even owned a car because. Girl, he gonna drop your old tail and he will be going for young one and he'll be gone. Yeah. You'll be like, this is a man who was all broken down.
They don't appreciate it, ladies. They don't.
They don't.
They don't. Even if you think he has a heart of gold, that man will turn into an asshole. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you are with a Dusty now, this is your sign that you came across this video. This is your sign to drop that zero. Get with a hero. Yes. Okay, who wants to provide and protect and love on you. Yes. And if it takes you time, wait it out. But make sure you get it yourself good. Snap, skin looking like butter. Diet on 100. Make sure you go into the little places, go to where the rich be going. Okay, you go find yourself a rich man. But don't drop that zero. Don't be giving him no allowance. No. Because he need to go get some gas.
Ladies, be with men who take their man
role seriously.
They know what it means. They understand what it means. I have a 23-year-old son who talks about providing.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I need to do. Like, he understands that. You need to get with someone who understands. And not only understands it, values it, welcomes it,
Facts.
Wants to be it, because innately that's what men want to do and what they want to be for women. When you do anything else,
yeah, it's not
it's
pretty,
going to cause
honey.
you pain in the end. And we want to be pain free.
Yeah. But it's Mary. We invite y'all to like,
Share,
subscribe,
comment down below.
bye.